up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 278, and we're recording on April 22nd, 2024. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Last week, there was no episode.
Nope.
I got kind of busy. I went on a mini vacation. I went to Newport, Rhode Island.
Ooh, how was it?
It's the second time I've been there. It's like a extremely wealthy town. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, you remember last year I said, like, you know, Vanderbilts have houses and stuff over there, right?
Yeah.
Like, I went to the Tennis Hall of Fame while I was there.
Oh, wow.
And I was expecting some, like, crusty old Hall of Fame, but they had, like, Coco Gauff's outfit from last year's U.S. Open. Like, it's very up to date.
Oh, wow.
It's a great museum, so you should go if you ever go to Newport. So I was there. Nina and Warren were busy with other things going on. But we're back. In the after hours, we're going to be talking about Island 2. We're going to give our first impressions of the show, our first impressions of the format, and our first impressions of the kids, because they did an evaluation round. So that'll be at the end of the show. But in terms of the big new releases, we got 3 of them. I know we've been gone for 2 weeks, but the voting, everyone only voted for 3 songs, essentially. These 3 songs were head and shoulders, like they had almost double the votes of any other song that was on the list this week. But the 3 songs are Loossemble, Girls Night, BoyNextDoor with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then RIIZE with Impossible, which is a pre-release. Let's start at the top. Loossemble, Girls Night, they are from CT Denim. I think that's how you pronounce this.
Really?
I looked it up.
Oh my god.
City Denim. City Denim. Yeah, that's their company.
Interesting.
And their last song was Sensitive, which I do remember. This Loossemble song, let me put it this way. I wanted to like this song more than I actually did.
Really?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm a...
What is stopping you?
It's just not that exciting.
Okay.
Like, I was a little whelmed by the chorus. And then we did the chorus, and then we went into, like, the sing rap section, and I was just not a fan of it.
Oh, in the second verse?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. The lyrics were kind of strange, too.
I was gonna say the lyrics were interesting.
Yeah, I don't... At one point, they just started saying boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, I was like, what, did we just, like, forget to write the rest of the lyrics? You know exactly what I mean, right? It's boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, okay. And then Yeonjun comes out, and then at the end of her part, she says, for you, right? Or something, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, you guys, you lost me here. I don't know. Like, I love the kids in Loossemble, but this song was just like, it's all right. It's not terrible, but just not the best.
I think I'm kind of with you, except a little more extreme in how I feel about everything that you just said, if that makes any sense. Like,
yeah.
Like, the song's fine. It's not a bad song by any means. It's just I really don't think I'm gonna remember this in a couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean?
Which is a shame.
Yeah. Like, the chorus is fine. I mean, I'm with you. The second verse is kind of where it pops down a little bit. Where, like,
it pop it off. It popped down. It popped down.
Where the instrumental down. All right. The rap's just kind of there.
The lyrics are weird, dude. I just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. How'd you feel, Anita?
I guess maybe I'm leaning more towards that statement that Doug made of, like, wanting to like it a little bit more than the actual experience. Because I like the sound, to be honest. I like this route. I think it made sense to them, like, vocally. I think the vocals and the sound, the genre that they're going for in this one makes sense to me. But it was a little underwhelming. I didn't mind the chorus.
No, chorus is fine.
Yeah, the chorus was fine. It was just certain parts in between those sections that I thought were a little lacking, and then we already mentioned the lyrics. Another aspect of it that kind of was throwing me off, and has been throwing me off since the group was kind of formed and started doing activities, is their concept. So visually, they have a lot of stuff going on. Like there's different motifs that they use, different aesthetics that they're hitting. Yeah, music video wise, that kind of distracted me from the song itself.
Yeah.
And there's also the ending was so. I'm not sure.
It's like they're trying to do like a quasi Jaden Jong Luna-esque thing. But they don't have the mastermind at City Denim, right? So they're just trying to do it.
Okay.
Right?
And to be honest, I feel like we should drop it. I feel like we don't need it.
Real quick, just for all reference, they're apparently called CTD ENM. That's apparently what they're called.
Oh, CTD ENM.
They're not even called City Denim, even though it's literally what the letters are basically spelling.
No. It's CTD ENM. CTD is short for connecting the dots. Apparently, that's I'm reading their press release right now. That's who they are.
I was not connecting the dots.
CTD ENM, right there.
That's ridiculous. The words, that's crazy. That is it just like coincidence that they basically spelt out City Denim in letters, but then they're not gonna use it? Like,
not
it
their
would be cool.
first language apparently.
That's insane.
But I'm with you guys. Going back to the topic at hand, like I felt like I understand the overall. I have a gist of the overall plot. There's a group of them in the spaceship. There's a group of them on the streets of Earth. The group on Earth is overruled by this one-eye monster robot overlord. And then at some point they're like pew, and then they're like, oh, we win, yay. I get that part. I'm not gonna lie, but like there's like I don't know, like I forgot about all that during when I was watching the music video, and then halfway in they shift into their black outfits. I'm like, okay, the other outfit was cool. This outfit's cool too, but like it doesn't really. I don't know, man. Like it doesn't feel like it works together. If that makes any sense. And if you want to build a plot, you can go ahead build a plot, but like you gotta do a better job of making that useful. You know what I mean? Like right now, it's just kind of there. It's just kind of there, like it's just kind of like impeding on the other parts of the comeback. You know what I mean? Like
my opinion is if you're gonna do some really high concept lore stuff and make it such a big part of your music video, in between the music video, you better give me more lore expansion, so it makes more sense.
Or you know what? Do all that in the music video itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I feel like there's too much pizzazz and not enough exposition here.
Yeah.
And
you know what? I'm gonna add on top of that, like if you want to go for that kind of like plot and like theme and like visual, don't put out this kind of music.
That's kind of true too.
Don't fit, man.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Lauren's saying that if you're gonna do some kind of space robot theming, you need to have more of a space robot theme song.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like okay, let's.
Like the Earth concept here made sense. They're fun. They're having fun.
Right.
They're exploring. They're having their freedom. It's a girls' night out. Whatever. Yay, let's do it. Mimosas for everyone, right?
Yeah, mimosas.
But once you start adding the space stuff, it's like we need more electronica here, I guess, right, or something.
Okay. Let's look at our beloved example from the Kwangyaverse, aespa. Because visually, thematically, their sound-wise, all of it kind of worked together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did it not? I feel like
it did. It did until Kakao came around and kind of threw it out. But yes.
Yeah, but like when we were doing like next level, like that song sounded futuristic.
Oh yeah.
And, like
that's true.
A bass.
Savage.
Yeah, like this one is just. I'm not gonna lie, to not beat around the bush. This is like a very straightforward, normal ass. Not trying to say generic, but generic kind of K-pop song. You know what I mean? Like we've had a bunch of these already, which I love these songs. I love these sounds. I don't get me wrong, but like I just don't see it working really well with this kind of worked when Daft Punk did it. You guys remember Daft Punk with the
Daft Punk,
with the blue aliens and that whole like music video of an album. Like that works because it's got that little funk to it.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, like
new disco type.
Right. They put effort into making those two things work together. Here, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like it's like this whole plot thing feels like an afterthought, or the song feels like an afterthought, or maybe they're both afterthoughts. I don't know. Like,
I feel like it makes me more. I'm not gonna say upset, but makes me more like, oh come on, guys. When this group is still trying to like say Luna's gonna be a thing. You know, we got the concept going, and then we don't get any payoff every time, right? It's just like, and like even their name, Loossemble, right? It sounds like this is a Luna offshoot, right? And it's just like
that does bother me. Yeah,
it bothers me. Like we could establish something new here. We could do something cool. Everyone could know that y'all were in Luna, which is great, right? And we love you guys, but I feel like we gotta move forward a little.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Overall, though, for me, it's just tingly. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just there.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. I feel like, to me, I would prioritize the sound, right? Because I think I like that more than what I'm seeing visually. So I feel like prioritizing that and then going back to match would be, I think, maybe the way to go. But it's not terrible.
It's not. It's not. I think they just got to really hone in the concept, and I think the music will follow that, and then it'll feel more like a complete package.
I agree.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a mild. Here's the thing, right?
Okay.
Like, if I were to step in to the shoes of CD Denim, right now, and work with their creative team, I would make Loossemble and One of a Kind, these two mini albums. Their first mini album, second mini album, I would make it a package, like a back-to-back 2-part plot situation. Going forward, do something else. I don't know, like, do something that's trendy. Do something that's, like, standing apart from the rest of the K-pop industry. Right now, I feel like we live in an era where there's a lot of broad strokes in terms of trends where, like, you're kind of welcome to do anything.
The one thing I will always say about Loossemble, though, I think it is great that some of the voices and some of the kids who are underutilized within Luna itself, because they had so many members, I actually get to hear what they sound like, and they have significant parts. You know,
that's true.
That's the one side of it.
The thing is, like, I'm not even sure about that with this track, because like for example, Yeojin, who I think presents like a pretty unique voice to the group.
Yeah, and she all of a sudden has like a sexy concept going on, right? It's like, I did not expect this. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, and like in terms of the song, she's like doing the same thing where she's like saying the English word after the the main melody or something. I'm like, come on, like we could have given her a real part.
Though, I'm glad like Vivi and Gowon got a lot of lines now, because back in Luna it was like struggle city for them for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. The next song we got BoyNextDoor with Earth, Wind, and Fire from King of the Jungle, Zico's Kids. We got, and their last 2 songs were But Sometimes, Serenade, and One and Only. You know, they're really committed to this like playful theme, right? Like they're just kind of they're the boys next door. They're having a good time. It really feels like this is Zico's boy group, which it is.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to put it, right?
I agree. I really agree.
They feel like kind of the block B playfulness. They kind of feel like that run that Pentagon had, which was really playful. All that kind of smashed together is what this kind of group is presenting to us. And it's very, and the one thing is that concept is so age appropriate with them because they're all really young still, the rookie group, right? And I don't know if it does the best job of showing off their talents, but it's a very fitting concept for the group where they are.
I mean, I agree. I think I'm having a hard time getting into the song for 2 reasons. First one being this concept that they have. I feel like it wasn't really what they started with.
It's a little different.
Because if I remember, right? Because when they debuted, they were very much utilizing their name, BoyNextDoor, right? Like very relatable.
One and
type,
only.
Right. Very
like
relatable concept, song, sound, styling. Everything felt like, okay, that makes sense. That maybe that's the way they're gonna go. I feel like this song is the opposite. It's super quirky. The music video, the editing they utilize in it, the sound itself too.
Yeah, like those segments they sped up with the.
I don't know if I like that.
Do you like
how
that?
Do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about that one?
What do you mean? Whenever the melody goes like really fast?
Yeah,
yes,
like when
the
they
chorus.
speed it up, it's like right.
It's
Something
apparently,
like that.
baby boo, my sweetie darling, think I love you more is apparently the line.
Yep, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Super sped up. Do you guys like that part?
Yeah, I didn't hate it. Why'd you not like it?
No, I'm kind of okay with the two.
No, I kind of dig it. What's wrong?
It's kind of
Why you
weird
a
and
hater?
cool.
I'm not hating on it. I think I was having a hard time getting into it, and I'm not quite sure where I'm landing on it. But it just it feels odd, right? And I feel like maybe that's just the goal for this comeback, right? Visually, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the music video. So I guess maybe they're representing that in the sound too. But I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out like, oh, okay, so this is also going to be a part of their identity. How does that connect with how they started? And is this going to be maybe their main sound moving forward?
Okay. Let's break that down, because you talked about two things. One, you talked about the melody going really fast, the that thing, and then you also talked about the concept being a bit of a departure from what you had before. I see those two things as different things, unless you're trying to connect those two things. I'm a little confused here.
I was in the sense that it kind of like the sound reflecting the visuals and the concept.
Okay.
Because I feel like the song, it's fitting that concept, that image.
Yeah, no, I feel like the song itself feels still pretty youthful and like it's not as easy listening anymore. It feels more like, again, like straight K-pop-ish kind of sound.
Yeah.
With a lot of, you can definitely tell who wrote the song, and it's Pop Time. Good lad. And I think the 16th notes, the that thing is like, it's there to do two things. One, music wise, it's there to balance out the chorus, because like the first half of the chorus is pretty like chill, and it's not chill per se, but it's pretty empty. It's but the fire. That thing is it's pretty simple, so it's like a balance. I feel like, you know, and then kind of going back to what you said, it feels like it feels like a very acoustic representation of like how playful they want to be, how quirky they want to be. Very quirky. Quirky is the right word here, actually. Even though I hate saying that word.
They're a quirky group.
They're
We're not like them other groups.
We're not like everyone else. We're just quirky and different.
That's different.
I like unicorns and zebras.
People don't understand us, but that's
Mustache on my finger.
Yeah.
Tacos. All right, sorry.
Oh my god.
Shout out to 2013, guys.
The whole year.
That specific. I'm sorry.
You know what part I really like?
What?
There's like I don't know if I'll even call it. There's like a bridge-ish section where it slows down, and like they start playing like the keyboard at the same time in the background. It's at like, if you're looking for the time,
2:14.
It's like 2 minutes 10 seconds ish, somewhere around there, right? I just think that's produced really well. It sounds great, whatever they're doing there.
Yeah, no, it was very nice. It's very short and very to the point. Very succinct.
Yeah, and then it just builds up all of a sudden again, right?
Yeah.
And then we get the hype again. I like whatever Zico's doing with this group. I think it's great.
I mean, from our larger picture, I don't disagree with Anita, because like this feels, unfortunately, a little bit more towards like the general gist of what K-pop boy groups tend to do.
Fair.
If I think about the music video and think about what I'm leaving with after I see this comeback, it's two things. One, they're wearing magenta pants, which is that's a statement. And the other is they're on a rocket ship leaving Earth.
That's true. Yeah, and there was a cowboy on like Mount Everest at one point too.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of cool motifs. There's a lot of cool moments. Like there's like weather forecasts going on. Like it was pretty cool. But like, do I see this as a continual build of what they've been doing up until this point? Probably not.
No.
Because it's so starkly just there. It's just what K-pop boy groups tend to do.
Right.
So like that's where I'm like, okay, I kind of see where Ania's coming from. It's like if New Jeans dropped everything they were doing, and then did a pretty normal girl crush concept. I'm sure they'll do a fine job. It's just, you know.
Hey, with the changes, with the turbulence in that company, that might happen, dude.
Well, no,
Talk about that in the news section.
Let's not.
Don't jinx it. Or jinx it,
We
whichever
might
you
have
want.
a 50-50 situation, guys. Be prepared. This news section, if you're not up to date, if you're like,
Don't,
if you come to us for the news, it's going to be an explosive news segment today. Just letting you know.
Don't say no one. Everyone listening to the podcast, like, okay, I'm sure like 60% of the people listening to the
People
podcast
know what we're going to talk
going
about.
on.
Basically, there's a civil war going on all of a sudden, and it's crazy.
I know, but I don't want it to be that.
Oh yeah,
Like, to go
but
that route.
I only mentioned it because Boy Next Door is within that umbrella too, right? So
Oh, yeah, technically.
yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. At the end of the day, if the song came out from Enhypen or Golden Child or Drippin or the Boys, actually, you know what? Nah, not the Boys.
The Boys don't
or what's another one? Shoot. To Us or like if this song came out from any of these boy groups, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Whereas the
Hey.
first couple releases, they feel uniquely Boy Next Door ish.
That's
I
true.
mean, I will say this though, even though it's not something I was expecting or that I was particularly hoping they would go like this route, this sound, it's still catchy. And I think there's an audience for it, I think. I'm just wondering long term. But yeah.
Okay, I mean, I wouldn't say this is a long-term thing after one comeback. Oh, the only reason I was concerned about it with Loossemble is because they tried to do the same thing twice. Where it was like,
Cool.
I wasn't sure about the plot. They have a pretty normal disco-sounding sound. Visuals don't match. Here, I'm like, okay, it's a one-off thing. I'm like, whatever, it's all right.
One interesting thing about Boy Next Door, King of the Jungle, and Zico is Zico was on Nah I Live Alone like a month ago.
Oh, was he?
And like he's so invested in Boy Next Door succeeding that he gets like a little bit scolded in his personal artist meetings about not putting enough time into his own work. Like,
Dang.
he had a meeting about Boy Next Door, and he was all excited, talking about the concepts and what they want to do, and yada yada yada, talking about how great the kids are,
Yeah.
and how he showed up to every day of the music video filming, and yada yada yada, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes to his own meeting about his meeting as an artist, and they're like, Zico, you need to raise profits that you're producing by 25% this year, yada yada yada. And he's just like, I hate these meetings so much. Like, it was so different, the vibe. Like, they're like, you focus too much on your own group. You got to focus on your career too, sir.
You figure your shit out before you figure out
Yeah,
other
it
people's
was like
shit out.
he was meeting with King of the Jungle people, and he was meeting with the Hyde people, and the vibe was so different.
Dang.
But just know they are in good hands. Zico cares an extreme amount about this group. So
That's
And,
good.
yeah, and at the end of the day, I also agree. Like the song is just like it's really fun. It's like you get the vibe, and it's like a very catchy chorus. And like that moment from when they do the first run of the chorus and into the first verse, where like the guy, I don't know his name. I'm so sorry, but he does like a that thing. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm referring?
What?
You know what I'm referring to?
yes, I do know
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. That part.
I think I do.
Yeah, like that part instantly draws you in. Like I'm there. That's a great hook. They're just really good at writing music, and I'm excited. I'm on board. So, yeah, tingly.
Tingly. Yeah. All right, let's move to the last song. We have RIIZE with Impossible. It is their pre-release. They are from SM. Last year's song Siren, Love 119, and Talk Saxy. Okay, I need I'm not gonna make an apology, but I'll make a statement about RIIZE. You listening at home, your perception of my relationship with RIIZE might be that I'm like a 1% RIIZE hater, right?
You are.
Let's just say that
You are.
I am completely on Team RIIZE now after this release.
Let's go. Good for you.
This thing is an absolute banger of a track.
Right?
Okay.
Oh my god, this Impossible song is so good, and these kids are so good, and they
House
came
dance.
back on a week where they're well, it's not like they actively competing, but I listened to the Boy Next Door track, Earth, Wind, Fire. Then the RIIZE track came on. I'm like, these guys are like their direct competition, more or less, right?
Right.
And holy shit, there's a difference. That's all I want to say. Like, I felt that SM polish on this.
Oh.
And we
Yeah.
talked about it a couple weeks ago, how SM is fine because they have talented individuals that will carry whatever's going on at the company. This is that, you know? I was extremely impressed by this track. Holy crap. And it's a pre-release.
That's okay. That I was gonna say I didn't realize it was the pre-release. I thought this was the main event.
Are they in their View era? They are, right?
That's what I thought too.
Chinese View, right? Man,
Yes,
this is so good. Whatever this is, this house thing they're doing, it's great.
Euro house.
No, this isn't your house. Deep house. Your house is completely different.
If it's like Euro house, are we gonna bring out like Tiesto
I meant like
or something? No, he's Euro trans.
Like they filmed a lot of it in Europe.
It has the vibe
some
of
the vibes.
Right. It has the vibe of like underground Berlin club, but at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Not 2 a.m. 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Not that late.
No. Yeah, when it's like pretty early and like there's students around.
They filmed it in Portugal, by the way.
Oh,
Lisbon. That's where this is filmed.
Man, yeah.
Y'all agree? This thing is a banger,
yes,
right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Shall I elaborate why it's a banger?
Elaborate. That's what we're here. That's what we're here for.
Well, okay. Aside from that, I just feel like how should I say it? They match the song, if that makes sense. So I feel like the sound itself, the beat, the song was great. The elements that they added to it, the vocals, the choreography, the styling, I just thought like it complemented so well. Especially the choreography. I'm so impressed by. Yeah.
There's one section, Anita. There's this.
I think I know.
Section, right, dude. that's like my favorite K-pop moment of the year so far in a music video.
Oh.
It's at like.
Wait, I'm confused. Which section?
3 minutes and 8 seconds into the
Sungchan
music
in the
video.
center. It's after
the guy with the no sleeves is doing some sassy hip movements, and that shit is fire, dude.
Okay, no, but let me elaborate. The footwork, which I think was the key component of this choreography. It's so well incorporated to the sound, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just very recognizable to this type of sound. So I'm really glad that they incorporated it and actually really committed to it. Like it's the main thing throughout the whole song. Shout out to the dance break and Shotaro as center, because he went off and really like, I think it looks so effortless when he does it, but it's super complicated. I think.
Like the popular kid in this group? Is it Wonbin? Right? Isn't it
maybe?
Wonbin or Anton?
I think they're all fairly popular,
Okay.
or they all had some popularity
There's no
even
like
before.
there's no like hard carry guy yet in this group.
I don't know.
Let us know if you are a RIIZE fan. Let us know who like the guy is. Do they got a Kai or a
The
Baekhyun
dude.
in this group? You know, like, let us know.
I see all the Korean kids talk about Soju and Sungchan.
Okay, that's fine too. Let's just put it this way: no one's looking weak in this music video.
Ooh.
They look like a cohesive, well-trained, like high-skilled unit in this track. Like
high skilled unit. Ooh, okay.
no, yeah, like this shit. I was like, I'm impressed. You know, sometimes there's these K-pop songs that I'm like, they're doing the moves, right? But I'm like, there's nothing too crazy, right? Or maybe the notes aren't. Normally with an SM group, I'm like, damn, they sing so well, it's incredible. But this one, just the whole package, the performance was insane. The song is great, and like, wow, everyone looked fantastic.
Everyone sounds fantastic too.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I would doubt they ever sing this completely live with over choreo.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, what I got with the music video and the song itself was pretty impressive. And like, I think acoustically, the only thing people might complain about ever is the fact that the song is a little repetitive, especially in terms of the melody.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, like if you're used to listening to K-pop, where there's a lot of dynamic movements and like lots of build-ups and downs and stuff like that, this might feel a little bit repetitive and a little bit, I don't know, boring.
Hey, this, as Anita was saying, this Shotaro kid's an amazing dancer. Holy crap! Yeah.
But
he was killing it. He's the blue hair guy, right?
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
purpley gray blue.
that dude was cooking. Oh my goodness.
But
yeah,
no, I was gonna second what Warren was saying about it it might seem repetitive.
Yeah, I was trying to say it's not repetitive is what I was trying to say before Doug cut me off.
No, but I feel like this genre just is not. It's not meant to be like, oh, we need to be hitting like high notes and then like a break, like a what is it? Like a beat drop or anything like that. Like it's it's very.
This is just
specific.
how that genre is, and to be quite honest, a lot of these songs don't have vocals to begin with. They're meant to be just bass house dance music.
Dance music.
So honestly, like I understand if this feels a little repetitive, but on the other hand, I'm not complaining. Like
when you're on Spotify or YouTube playlist and they have the button which is loop playlist, and if you press it again, it says loop the song. Yeah. This is one of those loop the songs.
Ooh.
Oh, or like we let's run this back. This one. I just feel like this is one of those types of songs. I'm impressed.
I agree.
Yakshi SM. Can
I say this though? Now that I think about it though, I'm hoping that we keep this up for the main thing, right?
For sure.
Because
I'm not gonna do that.
100%. I was like so excited about this that I thought it was the main thing. I didn't realize it was a pre-release, and I was like, yes, finally, this is the one. This is the song. This is the sound that we're gonna continue with RIIZE. I'm here for it.
Anita,
now,
Anita, let's be realistic.
There are 3 more pre-releases before.
What?
It says on the Wikipedia page they will release 4 more singles ahead of the EP's release. Impossible, which is this one, on April 18th, and then 9 Days, Honestly, and One Kiss on April 29th, and that is all before the EP Rising, which is set to be released in June.
June.
They're gonna release 4 pre-releases before the main thing is released in June.
Bro.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on there.
It out.
Yeah, and they don't have an actual date yet. They're just like, I guess we'll release content.
All right.
Okay.
Well, from that, we can infer that the main title track will not be the sound.
What? No.
I mean, like, okay, let's be real. Whenever SM does a lot of pre-releases, or in fact, if they do any pre-release, they never match up with the title track. Come on, Anita. Unless you're aespa and you're just doing like aggressive hyperpop. Yeah.
Yes.
But for a fact that the RIIZE discography so far is pretty solid. Like, remember, like this one's really good.
One other thing, I don't know. Has been good. I don't know if this is like a sign of the times, but on their discography on Wikipedia for labels, right?
Yeah.
They put SM, of course, but they also keep putting RCA on everything they drop, which is an American side thing.
Oh, I mean, maybe that company.
Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I'm looking at NCT Dream's discography and everything just says SM. There's no like foreign distributor put on anything else.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
That was just something I noticed.
I mean, I know for a fact that their production team is the same as Super Junior and EXO.
Yeah,
because that's their
let's put it this way.
5/5 department.
Get a Guitar released last September. That thing sold over 1 million. Right. This number is going to be huge for this Rising EP.
Oh yeah.
And Get a Guitar was a single album. Like the number's going to be huge. They're going to pop off.
I think this will be where RIIZE really we get to finally understand how big RIIZE actually is compared to everyone else.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. For me, this one was definitely
spicy.
Spicy.
This is a spicy track.
Of course.
That's all the music. Other releases. Now, 2 weeks of releases. There's a lot of things I'm gonna list here. But if you actually think about this list, not a lot of them are like crazy. I don't know how to put it. Like, it's not like there's just a lot of stuff came out and it's like all over the place. Let's go through it. Enchive had a debut with Racer. Epix released Youth to Youth. Artemis had another pre-release with Flower Rhythm. XG released a track with Valorant called Undefeated. That was ahead of one of the tournaments, I believe, that happened.
Oh, is it?
Sentinels won that one. DKZ released Like a Movie. OneWe released Beautiful Ashes. B-Wave had a debut with Sing. Unicode, I don't even know some of these groups, released a song called Let Me Love. NXD released a pre-debut called Jump. BB had a collab with the video game Stellar Blade. She released Eve. This one is interesting. Astro's Jinjin released a track called Fly, and it features some parts from Moonbin on it.
Oh
man.
So they must have pre-recorded this. A-Pink released their 13th anniversary track, Wait Me There. I don't know why they decided on that title. It doesn't make any sense. But Wait Me There. Lay from EXO Anita. He's having Korean promotions.
I saw that, yeah.
With Psychic. People are like freaking out about that. Samuel made a long-awaited return with Yeah Yeah, and he's been gone for like 2 years.
A while.
NCT Doyoung had a solo debut with Little Light today, and then finally that TIOT group debuted with Rockthang after releasing like 3 or 4 pre-debut tracks.
Oh.
So that's all the stuff that happened there. Okay. Spice King. Last week, Eyelet Magnetic picked up its 3rd crown, entered the Hall of Spice. So it is
amazing.
It's in the Hall of Spice, solidified.
Good.
Second place was On and Off by My Monster. Anita, did you like that track?
That was a good one.
That was a good one. And then Kiss of Life, Midas Touch was pretty good too.
That was also a good one.
The new candidates this week are the 3 songs we covered: Loossemble, Girls Night, BoyNextDoor with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then RIIZE Impossible. Simply, you gotta put RIIZE Impossible in first place. Like
that's the correct choice.
Yeah, you gotta put it in first. So that's first place. Second place for me. I'm going to put On and Off by My Monster in second. I'm a huge fan of that track still. They won a music show for it, and it was like the first time they had won one before since they came back from the military. So they were pretty emotional at that. And then third place, I'll put Kiss of Life. I know I might not have been the most excited about this Kiss of Life track last 2 weeks ago when we talked about it. But boy, has it been all over my like For You and my YouTube shorts and reels and everything. This track is all over the
challenge.
place. Yeah. So I listened to a ton of that. So that's going to be in third for me.
Okay. All right, I'll start with number 1 because it's a given. Impossible from RIIZE.
What a good
I
track.
really, 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 really like this track. I'm really, really, really hoping we keep it up in the next couple songs.
Let's drop
in the meantime,
we're gonna drop a full house album, Anita.
Can we not? Let's do it. Why not?
Okay.
But I wanted to shout out the choreographers, or at least the people that I think had a hand in some of it. Torch Lee, J. Rick Beck, and Keon Madrid. They've been some of the names that I've seen pop up about like them having some part in the choreography. So shout out to them because I thought it was really, really, really great stuff. Second place. I bring up a song that's been a minute.
Oh God.
It's been a minute.
Do it.
But I'm gonna do it.
Oh.
I'm still listening to TXT's Tomorrow by Together, Deja Vu.
Oh shit.
Deja Vu. I really, really got into it over the last couple weeks and since I was gone too. But it's really, really great. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm putting it in second. And in third place, I'm gonna give it to On and Off by My Monster.
On and Off. That's a great track.
I didn't get to mention it because I wasn't here on the week that you guys covered it, but this song was giving me very much like not retro, but like older songs, like pop emotional songs. I don't know if it was the melody or something about the music video, but it just felt a little reminiscent of like early 2010s, that kind of sound that I think more boy groups did. And I think it fits them very well because of their vocal quality. And as a group, I thought it was really nice that they went with that sound. So yeah, put it in third.
Let's go.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, that extra week in between really became a wrench right now. But there are actually 2 songs I kept on listening to for different reasons while I was out. I'm gonna pull Anita.
Oh God.
I'm gonna put QWER on first.
Okay. Well, okay.
okay.
To be fair, that track
respect it.
it's a top 4 track in Korea right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Makes
it's
sense.
popping off. They are popping off right now.
it's
Yeah.
it's a banger. It's a banger. Y'all still missing out if you still haven't checked it out. Second place. Actually, I'm gonna skip place and go with third place right now, which is ONF. By My Monster is, for a very different reason, a song I keep coming back to. While I feel 50-50 about calling QWER K-pop because like they do things a little differently. They're from a different context and all that. ONF definitely feels a lot more safe in terms of K-pop, and I keep coming back to it, even though the song itself is so different from what we've been getting in the industry the last couple months.
It's like
years.
reminiscent, dude. I'm like reminiscent about the old days with
The
that
same.
song.
Yeah,
So you have them in second, Warren? Is that
I have
what
them
I'm
in
reading?
third.
Oh, in third.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third.
So my second place is actually gonna be RIIZE with Impossible, and I
Whoa.
Second? Excuse me?
Second?
Okay.
that's the only place left. What do you mean?
Wait, so you literally have QWER in first?
That's what I said. Yeah, QWER
oh
first.
shit.
Oh, I misheard.
Yeah, what do you think I said?
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, let me
It's on your chart,
reiterate.
okay?
It's got
At least it's on your chart.
QWER on first, Impossible on second, and then
Oh
By
my
My
God.
Monster on third place.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Look, I like the Impossible track. I put it on second. What do you want?
Okay.
That's-
On third?
that's-
You want me to put it on
Yes.
third? I'll do it if you
No,
want me
no,
to.
no.
Yeah,
That
yeah, I
close.
didn't think so.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow. I did not expect that though, to be honest. Gochu Gang and SojuTalk Nation. Third place with 57 points, they had Loossemble Girls Night. Second place, they had Kiss of Life Midas Touch with 68. And in
sense,
first
makes sense.
place with 77, they had RIIZE Impossible.
Nice.
Warren really
Correct
effed
choice.
up the chart this week. As a result, we got a tie for second place. With 5 points each, with QWER, TBH, and we have On and Off Bye Bye Monster.
Let's go! Back
And
in
in
the
first
chart.
place with 18 points, missing out on double crowns, but picking up 1 is RIIZE Impossible. Like,
Let's go.
It's
Let's go.
crazy. I think there is big competition next week too. Let me check real quick. Yeah, Ivan 17 and Zico are all coming back next week. So
shit.
Oh, man.
good luck, RIIZE. Good luck, guys. Finally, we're at show winners. This is 2 week of show winners, so it's double. Hit us with them, Anita.
Yes. Biggest winner of the week was probably Islet with Magnetic. They won on the show champion, M Countdown, Music Bank, Show Music Core twice, and Inkigayo so far. So they have 8 total wins with this debut. And then we have G-Idol with Fate. They won on Inkigayo, and they received their third triple crown.
No, they
third.
They are the third triple crown.
The third triple crown. There you go. Alongside Aespa with Drama and IU with Love Wins All. So 3 wins for them with Fate. And then we have TXT with Deja Vu. They won a show champion and M Countdown. 3 total wins as well so far. And then finally, like we mentioned earlier, ONF On and Off with Bye Bye Monster. Their first win with this one on the show. Congrats to them.
All right, that ends part 1 of SojuTalk episode 278. We'll be back after a short break where we're gonna cover the Hybe Civil War. We'll see you guys then. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode. All
right, we are back at it with part 2, SojuTalk episode 278. I I had set up the news section yesterday, right? It's been 2 weeks. I was trying to decide which articles should we talk about, which shouldn't we. It's been 2 weeks, so they need to be of higher relevance, yada, yada, yada. But this morning, similar to the Marvel series at a certain point in their history, the Civil War era has started at HYBE.
Oh shit!
Literally,
That was not my favorite.
It is between HYBE itself, the top of the umbrella, and Adore and Minheejin. That is essentially the war we are going to try to parse through, try to give you a summary as to what happened. An interesting thing, though, is that the crux of this whole issue comes down to essentially corporate espionage. The starting point of this. So we will talk about an article that just dropped within the last hour because it kind of sets the basis as to why everyone kind of acted as they did.
Okay.
Right? That's the way we'll start.
Okay.
So the quote, it's translated. This is all on Google Translate because this is from Naver itself. They had an exclusive report. The quote is, "We won't be able to touch them, or they won't be able to touch us, and we will ultimately escape," is basically what the wording was on this.
Yeah.
So, circumstances are coming to a light that Adore, the agency for New Jeans, attempted to siege their managerial rights from HYBE. In fact, it is revealed that A, also known as one of Minheejin's closest associates at HYBE, downloaded a large amount of HYBE information just before moving to Adore earlier this year. It is said that even after changing jobs, he downloaded the company's biggest secrets and financial statements. If this information was leaked to the outside world, it could be a serious crime due to business interference, corporate espionage, all under certain acts in Korea. According to reports, HYBE apparently confirmed this fact through computer information log records. So if you don't understand how this works, so I at one point worked for the New York City government.
Yeah.
Our computers were set to only allow you to plug in a USB to put files on the computer, but to never take them out. If you took files out, it would do a corporate log and they would know about it. So I'm assuming HYBE has similar things on their computers.
Right.
But
okay.
They found out that someone was taking documents. And the previous day, HYBE also discovered that the management of its subsidiary Adore had attempted to seize their own rights from HYBE. So you'll find down the line that HYBE owns 80% of Adore, Minheejin and her associates own 20%. So HYBE owns the company, and apparently Adore was trying to get the 80% that HYBE owns. According to industry insiders, on the 23rd, HYBE discovered a document in Adore's internal materials that appeared to outline how they would secure the rights from HYBE. Within the document, there was a title that said "goal," and written there was, quote, "to make us untouchable within HYBE," and, quote, "to ultimately escape."
Wait, what? Oh?
Okay, real quick, just for the listeners at home, I'm also reading the article in Korean just to make sure the translation is kind of correct. The tone's actually kind of correct here as well.
Like, they wanted to not let HYBE touch them, and they wanted to escape. So that is where we are going to start this. So essentially, Minheejin had someone she knew well within HYBE who was transferring to Adore. Before he transferred, he took all of HYBE's deepest, darkest secrets that no one else should know, and he brought them to Adore, and they formulated a plan to get out of HYBE. That's where we are starting this. Okay. So here's a summary of the drama. It is a combination of like 12 tweets that we're gonna have to parse through because this summarizes everything.
Good lord.
The first thing, Minheejin only owns 20% of Adore. It's not even her. It's her and other people in Adore. So at most, she owns 20%. HYBE owns 80%. So she does not own Adore. HYBE does.
Okay.
The majority of the company.
Right. Makes sense.
What we found out, what we just read, she made plans to overtake the management rights of Adore. Here are some of the other allegations that are being levied against her. Leaked health records of trainees. This is in relation to one of the girls who was supposed to end up in Islet, but did not debut in Islet, was an Adore trainee. And there are claims that Minheejin was telling people what her health records were.
Okay.
Next, formed negative public opinions on other HYBE artists through the media.
And just for context, all of these things are claims coming out of HYBE right now.
These are all things that HYBE is claiming.
Right.
Next. Approached artist parents to persuade them that HYBE is bad. That one probably happened. let's be honest here. Like, if they have a document that says we're leaving HYBE, I think they went to the New Jeans girls' parents and they're like, well, this is why they're bad and why we might do this. Next, they allegedly leaked photos of trainees before debut. Next, people who used to work with her criticized her online, said she used to be a psycho in the office setting, an ex-SM employee. They wouldn't want to work with her again, is what they stated. What, I don't know. That comes with
I did see a lot of screenshots float around in Blind, which is Korea's version of like Fishbowl or like Glassdoor, where people can write reviews about like the company that they work for, and people from formerly of SM, at SM, people who are at HYBE or like LOL ... not saying anything about like what people are saying about Minhyujin.
Yeah. Next one. So HYBE began the audit against Minhyujin and Adore. So they basically said, hey, we found these documents, right? These documents that said you want to leave. And apparently you guys got some information that you shouldn't have. So we're going to have to audit the whole company. So that's where this audit is. HYBE began to audit against Minhyujin. And apparently they asked her to step down from her role as CEO of Adore, which she refused to do. Next one. Adore executives made plans to take over management rights from HYBE since the beginning of this year. They leaked confidential information about the contracts between HYBE and Adore in the process. What they're stating here is that Minhyujin was gathering investors from outside of HYBE to buy the 80% from HYBE. And in order to convince them to buy the 80%, they were selling HYBE's financial records and things like that, showing them. That's what this is. CEO A, the guy we mentioned before, is the one who is accused in this case, played a key role, recently moved from HYBE to Adore, securing a large number of key trade secrets from HYBE, using them to establish Adore's plan to secure management rights. That's all what we said earlier. Korean media outlets reported that HYBE found out about these accusations and revelations through a tip-off. So they're saying someone leaked that they were doing this.
Oh, shit.
Someone leaked the leak.
Yeah, and other things, it's like in older interviews surfaced where she emphasized independency from HYBE, claimed that New Jeans got attention pre-debut only because they were Minhyujin's girl group, stated that HYBE had little control over Adore. So this is all they're just bringing up everything she's ever said before. Right. I wouldn't think this is too serious. But in terms of tangible things, HYBE stock fell about 10% today because of all of this. So there's that. All right, next one. There was a Dispatch article, of course, because Dispatch has to know what's going on, right? You know how they are.
Always.
So according to Dispatch, HYBE has already attained a significant amount of evidence against Minhyujin. They have found evidence that she also abused employees.
Oh, shit.
Minhyujin has been seeking independence for a long time. She has secretly approached insiders and looked for a way to buy HYBE shares in Adore, what I said earlier. Minhyujin wrongfully obtained sensitive internal information about HYBE. She is also alleging to have used HYBE and a HYBE employee to steal HYBE's confidential information. All of this is kind of corroborated by that exclusive story we stated at the beginning. So everything Dispatch stated here seems to be true. All right, next thing. Minhyujin released the statement, right? It's like, let me find it, honey. This is her statement translated.
Oh,
it's long as shit. We could either go through the summary one either, like paragraph by paragraph, or we could just hit the summary. What do you think we should do?
Why don't you just get the breakdown?
Yeah. Okay. So Minhyujin, the craziest thing is there are all of these allegations of corporate espionage and audits, and she was trying to get out of the company, and she. Like, I want to be objective here. She deflected this all. Like, she didn't address any of this shit in her statement.
Well,
what it comes down to is she essentially stated, HYBE pissed me off because Eyelid is a copy of New Jeans.
No. I understood that a little differently.
Okay.
I understood it as HYBE pissed me off because Eyelid copied New Jeans, and I was pissed about it towards HYBE. and then they pulled all this shit towards me. That was how I saw that logic play out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's saying this is coming out because I said something.
Right. This all the way I understood it, the way I understood the interview and the press release, those two things, she was essentially saying all of this is bullshit that's happening because I was angry towards Hybe.
So she's saying that all the stuff about the corporate espionage is all false, and they're only bringing this up because I got pissed that Islet copied New Jeans.
She's calling Cap because
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do is I want to read one of the paragraphs here, right? Because this kind of summarizes what she said in her statement. B-Lift Lab, one of Hybe's record labels, debuted a 5-member female idol group called Islet in March this year. After Islet's teaser photo was released, reactions like, quote, I thought it was New Jeans, end quote, flooded the online world. Islet is copying New Jeans in all areas of entertainment activities, including hair, makeup, costumes, choreography, photography, video, and event appearances.
Oh, good.
The
Okay.
Islet is evaluated as, quote, Minheejin style, end quote, Minheejin style, and, quote, imitation New Jeans. This is truly shameful.
Okay.
That is the hottest of takes. Like, whether that is true or not, she just shaded another group under the umbrella.
Under
right?
the same company, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Now, here's the next statement. This is where she calls out Bang PD directly. Hybe's president, Bang Si-hyuk, produced Islet's debut album. Not only was Islet's copy of New Jeans made by the B-Lift Lab, but Hybe was also involved. Hybe, a leading K-pop company, is blinded by short-term profits and copies successful cultural content without any hesitation, producing banality instead of showing novelty. Holy
Wow. Wow. That
Damn.
is a statement.
Damn.
shit. That's insane. That's a take.
We're gonna pause for a second and say everybody who's been saying that exact thing on Twitter, she's been reading all your tweets, guys.
She clearly has been. And mind you, this statement is from Adore, not Minheejin directly, but it reads
come
like
on.
Minheejin wrote this
come
shit.
on. You
know?
can tell she wrote
Yeah,
it. It's got her
hand
fingerprints all
in
over
it.
that bullshit.
Here are the multi-label is a system that allows each record label to independently produce the music it wants, and it is in no way a system that allows other record labels to follow a label's cultural achievements just because it's an affiliated label. She's saying that New Jeans paved the ground, and just because we're under the same umbrella, it's not cool to just copy us. That's what that's saying.
Okay, that part I respect.
I could honestly,
Yeah.
I could get that, right?
Because I criticized YG for doing the same shit 3 times.
Yeah. She also, so at the end, she more or less just denies what's going on. She said it's ridiculous that we quote tried to confiscate management rights, yada yada yada. At the end of the day, here's the final statement. Hybe, B-Lift Lab, and President Bang Si-hyuk have not adequately apologized or prepared countermeasures for this incident, but they seem to think that everything will be over if they simply kick CEO Minheejin out of the company. Adore will be using all possible means and methods to protect the cultural achievements that New Jeans has achieved and prevent further infringements due to copying.
Okay. All right.
If the line has been drawn, right?
Yes.
It seems.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know what the plan is here. Because I wouldn't open fire towards my boss.
Yeah.
Well, it makes me feel like either there's a fair reason why they feel like this isn't just corporate suicide, because I feel like this is very, very strong statements.
This is corporate
right?
suicide. This is corporate suicide. Have you ever read a press release
No.
that's this emotional?
That's what I'm saying though. Do you think that they wouldn't have a reason? They must think they're in the right to some extent, whether they are or not.
She's been
I don't
thinking
know.
she's got the right thing going ever since
Here's
she was an SM.
The crux of the situation is that if Hybe can prove that they were trying to get out of the company
It's
and
in the
stealing
proof.
information,
Yeah.
they're effed.
Right.
Regardless of what they think about Islet and New Jeans overlapping, right? They're completely
Yeah.
effed. They could go to jail for that kind of shit, right? That's crazy. One more thing that I wanted to point out is this paragraph here. and Adore has never allowed or consented to the copying New Jeans for anyone, including Hybe and Belief Lab. Adore does not want New Jeans and Islet to be associated in any way. Just because we debut under the Hybe label, we have no intention of tolerating any promotion that claims we are someone's youngest group.
No, that's a typo. That's younger group.
This is translated wrong. More or less, she's saying we do not like how Islet is being promoted as New Jeans' younger sister group. That's what she meant.
Is that how they have been promoted?
Yeah, that's no. But it's not that Hybe has said it, but articles have said that. You know what I mean?
I understood it the other way around, where New Jeans was promoted from the press as like BTS's little sister. That was very common. Yeah, like that's.
I mean, I guess that goes both ways.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, when New Jeans debuted and after attention dropped, they were promoted on the press.
It says right here in the summary, it says in her official statement, Mini Jin expresses disappointment because Islet was called New Jeans Dongsen Group. Using senior group's name to promote rookie groups is not an unknown tactic, though. She did not mention the fact that New Jeans were promoted as BTS's Dongsen Group, and in that instance, she didn't say she didn't agree with it because it benefited her, right? So it's kind of like, you can't have it both ways, right? You can't say like, just because like you benefited from New Jeans being associated with BTS, not because you wanted to, but it happened. And you didn't complain about that because it benefited you. But now that it's Islet and you don't like Islet, now you're talking shit. That's what people are looking at this as.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, I have been very vocal about how positively I feel towards New Jeans with the debut of Attention and how it's been a cultural reset and the game-changing effect it has in the industry. I get all that.
Cultural achievement.
Right, cultural achievement. Fuck yeah, sure. I agree with that. But why was it possible? Was it because it was new and fresh? Yes. Was it because she was creative? Yes. But it was also very possible because that music video was on the Hybe YouTube channel. Like,
that's what people are saying. Yeah.
The funds, the production.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Are we done with the articles, by the way? You can keep.
Yeah. We're pretty much done. We're on discussion point now.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? There was a very, 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 very long fucking interview from last December the December before last year, was it? Where it was
Ditto
going into
out?
details of Ditto. Yeah, December before last year. It was going into the details behind Ditto, OMG. Sorry, it was between Ditto and OMG. That's when it came out. And it was talking about the creative process behind doing all this shit, the debut of New Jeans, the impact it's had, and all that. And that's still on Reddit. And you can look it up because I translated the whole thing. And one very large paragraph and question section that stood out to me was about how she felt about people claiming that they were successful because of the Hybe capital, about how much Hybe's money was involved. And you can go through and read it, and you can find out all the little details about what she said about like budgeting and like stuff like that. But the way it was written, the way she was portraying her argument, what she was saying, the tone, it felt very much like she was trying to bring the credit away from Hybe and towards her. This has been a person that's been very much, we have been able to do it because it's Adore. We are the ones that drove this success. That tension...
Not Hybe.
Right. That tension between Hybe and Adore has been so fucking noticeable since back around then, where I feel like a lot of the things happening going forward is going to be the fruits of that situation from the very beginning. You know what I mean?
And for me, as like someone who is somewhat interested in how business works and things like that, though, right? Objectively speaking, as it says here on this slide, that Hybe created Adore in 2021, and they funded about $15 million to do it.
It's a lot of fucking money.
Could have Mini Jin found investors outside of Hybe? Sure. I think she had enough brand recognition at that point, right?
Yeah.
But Bang PD gave her $15 million, gave her her own company, made her the highest paid woman in all of K-pop, right? Bam, bam, bam. Group was successful. For a lot of people, maybe including myself, I'm not completely on this path yet, kind of feels like you're biting the hand that fed you a little bit, you know?
A little bit?
Like, okay, a lot, right?
I can see that argument.
Right? Like, people would die to have their music video on the Hybe page, right? Where you have all these people looking at it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, okay, here's the thing. Like, it's not that I don't get what she's saying. Like,
yeah.
let's for the sake of today's conversation, although we need a lot of more evidence and a lot more backup claims to come out, I'm gonna go with the precursor for the sake of conversation that everyone is saying the correct thing. I'm gonna go with the assumption that yes, she was pissed off about B-Lift. She tried to she was vocal towards Hybe about how she felt, and then Hybe was like, well, fuck you, and then this all happened,
And then they either found dirt or made it up, right?
Right, that part I don't know. That part still needs some more information, although it seems like one of the two.
It seems like they found the dirt, right? Oh my god.
I do understand it's probably frustrating to have your creative output be copied by someone who is kind of within your family of people, the person who hired you. But at the same time, trying to pull out like that is probably not a smart move.
I feel like this could have been solved with hey, Bang PD, can we have a meeting? Can we go eat dinner? And then she says like, I just want to make sure that Eyelet's not gonna copy what we do too much.
No, fuck an email. Not a meeting. It needs to just be one email being like, hi. Just want to let you know.
Can we make sure that they're not copied too much? And then Bang PD would have been like,
yeah.
I give you my assurance that we're not gonna Eyelet's not gonna copy what you're doing.
Want to circle back on what we said last week about.
And then she could have been like, all right, I'll come back to you if I feel bad still. Could have been a couple emails, but then we got this.
That's the thing that I'm wondering though, because from her statement, right, it seems like she did do that, right? And then the response was not what she was hoping for, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
right?
but to resort to corporate espionage is crazy.
That's where I feel like
fucked up.
I'm finding it hard to understand how it could even be organized that way, because it seems like so many things are just coming out that, like, why would you even, if you were planning to do this, right?
Especially when you own 20%, not 80.
Exactly. If you're planning to do this, why would you even put it in writing? Like, it just doesn't seem logical.
Here's the thing. Up until the first article that we talked about, before that dropped, I was very much like, how much of an idiot do you have to fucking be to try to buy your old company with only 20% of the stocks? Like, that's a stupid ass move. You need 31% more. That doesn't fucking work. But then the first article came out. If you assume it's correct, then Hybe's argument checks out. She doesn't care if she has 20%, 18%, 15, or 30%.
She feels ownership over the rest of it, too.
She feels like she needs to find something within Hybe to blackmail them and threaten them into giving her that 31% or whatever she needs to escape, per se. Remember what it said.
As they stated, right?
Right. That internal article is make them untouchable within the company. That's a threat. You're making yourselves invincible within the company. It's not. That's where, like, oh shit, I kind of believe Hybe now.
So other funny, not like directly related thing, but they said in Hybe the building lights were on all night, which almost never happens. Like, people are working, you know. I bet you their legal team is going crazy right now, right? And they're still in the same building, apparently. Maybe she's hiding out somewhere, but like, could you imagine? Like, they're on different floors. Like, Bang PD's on the penthouse office. Minijin's probably like somewhere in the middle, and they're like, they did like this stupid person, and they're like, she's only like 200 feet, like 100 feet below you, right? Like, could you imagine the scenes right now in there?
Imagine working in these fucking cubicles right now.
Imagine being a New Jeans girl and shit goes down.
What's gonna happen?
Let's talk about New Jeans, because there's a part in the press release that we didn't really talk about, where essentially, I'm trying to find that exact quote, but essentially they are making this press release. Adore said they are making this press release after having considered, after a considerable amount of discussion with legal representatives, the legal team, and New Jeans members. Mm-hmm. Which means they're a part of this now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they've been dragged into it. People are criticizing her for using New Jeans as like a shield, is what they've been saying.
Yeah. Yeah. They through that press release, they essentially made New Jeans their side, regardless of whatever actual opinions these five girls have, which is an issue in the long term. Because let's think about this realistically. What's most likely to happen at the moment is Minijin gets the butt, she gets whacked out, leave the door. If I was Hybe and I find out Eugene was on Minijin's side, holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so awkward.
Yeah, like that's gonna be awkward as shit. Like, what if,
like, here's the reality of the situation is Minijin is a hired employee to run this company. A CEO does not have, like, she has some ownership of the company, but she has no say because she has less than 20% of what the company actually does, right? They asked her to resign, which is the Korean way of saying, we're going to fire you, but we want you to have some dignity so you leave on your own accord, right?
And we're not going to give you severance.
They could just straight up fire her, and then what do we do from there? And if Bang PD is vindictive enough, he has these girls on their contract. If they don't have a clause in their contract saying that they have to give them work, he could just shelf them until the contract's up, right? If he really wanted to be mean.
No.
I mean, realistically, that won't happen.
Realistically, that won't happen. But legally speaking, he could.
He could.
And he could also be like, well, you know, I guess I'll just run Islet as the new jeans. And then whatever she said, self-fulfilling prophecy is going to happen. You know, like, that's the craziest thing about this.
What?
I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Because people are too invested into new jeans. So I think they're safe. But, like, it's crazy that this is what we're at. This is a developing story. We will probably talk about it next week. This crazy shit's gonna happen over the next week, probably, right? The lawyers are going crazy because the lawyers at the door technically answered the Hybe at the end of the day, right? So it's such a conflict of interest. So I don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we are with this.
Not great.
Let's keep moving. There was a bunch of other lawsuit news before this that I thought that feel a lot more minor now.
Oh,
well, let's keep going. So 50-50. A track shared that the police would not be forwarding the breach of trust suit filed by the former 50-50 members to prosecution. So all the cases against the track are out the window. They're fine. No problem. There's a track that's still currently suing the Givers for $1 billion, so about $1 million. And the first trial date is on July 11th. So that is where we are. So from what I understand, the 50-50 members owe money to a track now, and a track is also suing the Givers. Yes.
It's crazy how much this reflects kind of as an analogy for what's going on with the previous news.
Yeah. So that's where people are like, guys, you got to pick the right side. That's what they were saying to the New Jeans girls. You got to pick the right side of this. So that's that. Next one. SM Entertainment is facing a lawsuit over unpaid construction costs of SM Town LA. So the main construction company involved, Pub Construction, is filing a lawsuit against SM over hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid construction costs. The architectural design firm contractors and other companies have, involved in the construction of SM Town LA have also confirmed that they never received any payment from SM and might join Pub Construction in taking legal action. So Pub Construction came out and clarified, and that everything was running fine until Kakao took over. SM.
No.
And then they stopped paying because it seems like Kakao doesn't care about this SM Town LA project.
Well, that's not
But-
how that works.
Hey.
Yeah.
But they did a lot of work, so
Still
they
gotta
got to get
pay.
paid for what they did, right?
Yeah.
That's what's going on
You
here.
bought the company, you bought all the operations they're doing too, guys.
Look at this shitty looking building that they were working on, right? And there's an Super M thing outside for some reason.
It's in progress.
So yeah, that's going on there. Let's keep going. Next one. So this was New Jeans positive news that happened beforehand, but it's kind of unprecedented. The New York Times shared that New Jeans and their agency have asked the U.S. federal court to order Google to release the identity of someone behind the YouTube account that is spreading defamatory statements about them.
Shit.
Oh.
So if you're one of those YouTube hater accounts, I don't think we qualify as that. We're generally nice. But if you're someone who's just shit talking a group, this might set a precedent right here.
They're coming for you.
They're coming for you. They got Sojang. They might be coming for you next.
Guys, I have an announcement. I think this is the last episode of SojuTalk. Your weekly show of K-pop.
No. Don't joke about that.
if they agree to do it, or if the U.S. government agrees to make Google give them the info, it's a precedent, and y'all are effed.
The thing
if
is,
you're based in the U.S.
Jokes aside, I actually know which YouTuber this is. It's
Really?
Yeah, it's middle school 7th grader. They I saw some of the content that they were putting out. It was like
It's bad.
it was
It's bad.
very terrible. Like it was opening like, ooh, look at how ugly this member is. Like, ooh,
Oh shit.
shit.
What?
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
They must be
doing
running
this?
for the hills right now, right?
Leave this planet, please.
School.
You are not safe in America.
Alright, so that's that. Next one. Okay. So K-pop was at Coachella, right? Le Sserafim performed both weekends. ATEEZ became the first boy group to perform at Coachella.
Yeah.
Overall, people were very happy about ATEEZ. There were a lot of positive
Nice.
discussions saying they did great, fantastic. It's a great storyline that they come from a small company and now they're at Coachella, right? Look at these dudes, they rocking out. Look at this dude's look right here. They're
Very
looking like
different
badasses
outfits.
at Coachella, right? So people were very excited about ATEEZ. Le Sserafim, you know how lately people have been commenting about Le Sserafim's real bad at singing live and they're terrible and yada yada yada. There's a dog pile on Le Sserafim right now, right? We got more of that with the Coachella performances. What I'll say is, week one, some people were like, yeah, they did fine. It's Coachella. You got to sing live, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Other people were like, they're terrible. They can't sing live. People were posting clips. A lot of those clips are like 15 seconds out of a 30-minute performance, you know? To be fair, some of the clips, they were off tune. It is what it is, objectively. Yeah. Then they came back week two. The AR was mysteriously a lot higher, right? And then people more positively received the performance, right? But it just kept the discussion going about Le Sserafim, them singing live. Do they deserve to be at Coachella? We used to criticize like Blackpink for their Coachella performance and aespa, but now we've seen this one. So there's revisionist history going on. So there's been a lot of this type of discussion lately online.
Have you guys seen the performances in question?
I've
seen
seen
short
some
clips.
parts of both weekends, and
Yeah.
week two does sound better. You know,
It does. It does. AR definitely is louder. There's a couple of moments where I can hear their voices and their mouth isn't moving. Okay. Personally, here's my personal take. Shit on me if you want. Some of the criticism is a little bit unavoidable. Some of the moments in the performances are not good. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen worse on Coachella though. Like that's at the same time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That being said, like I don't know. There was a pretty lengthy letter towards the fans online from Sakura after the first week of performances, about how the haters are gonna hate, and then how they did the best they can. That I really don't vibe with, because there's a lot of room for improvement here. And just saying that because you tried your best, it was the best, I don't know. That's not something I personally vibe with. But
Especially for this type of
Hey,
profession.
you go to Coachella, the world is watching. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Unfortunately.
and particularly the internet world is watching. A lot of discussion.
on the other hand, if you're one of the people making TikToks, with like bullshit takes about how they look, it's like, okay, now we're just
Honestly, at least week two, they looked like they were having a great time, and even in week one, they looked like they were having a good time.
They were having a great time.
It seemed like they were having a lot of fun. It seemed like the audience there was having a lot of fun, and then it seems like a lot of people were just nitpicking a lot of shit on the internet. But to be fair, could it have been better? Of course, anyone could be better singing live. No one's gonna sing perfectly for 30 minutes. But
Coachella.
at the end of the
Shake
day,
some
it's like
fucking ass.
if they had fun and the audience had fun, hey, what more can you really ask for at that point, right?
Yeah.
All right. I did not see the whole thing, so I don't have a complete opinion on this. But hey, they look like they were having fun. You know, I would never go to Coachella, like hot outdoor event. F that, you know. Not happening. All right, let's keep going. Next thing. From one of those investment reports, you know how they find the financial stuff so they can see what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
RIIZE is apparently going to do a 10-city concert tour, and the SM new girl group and British boy group will debut in the second half of 2024.
Oh wow.
I forgot about this.
Same.
Yeah, the British boy
British
group, and
boy
apparently
group.
they're like Espa's already gonna have a younger sister group. Can we still use that anymore after
No.
this Island New Jeans? I
Maybe
can't even say
not.
that.
Cancelled.
There's gonna be
You can't say
there's
that.
just going to be a new group at SM that is female based. That's all I'll say. Not
There's no association to Espa whatsoever.
Wait, but they're not different labels technically.
I don't care.
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. I ain't gonna cross that line. Next thing, Taeyong made his military enlistment.
Yeah.
He's the
he
first
did.
member of NCT to join the military. He will be in the
Yeah.
Navy if you wanted to know.
Oh wow.
It's gonna start a big domino effect, NCT fans. Good luck for the next like 10 years with these kids going in the military. Yeah. So there is that.
We
Next thing.
started.
So I feel so bad about this that Cherry Bullet
Oh.
disbanded today.
What?
Haeyoon, Jiwon, Remy, and May have ended their contracts with FNC. Yuju, Bora, and Cherin will continue activities under FNC. But this came out like an hour after the first Hybe Adore news came out, so no one quite cared, and it's
Oh.
really sad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I feel like this group has so much potential. People love them.
Yes, their
And
members.
FNC just kind of
of.
dropped the ball the entire time and didn't promote them and yada yada yada.
Go check out Q&A. That was a great song, guys. Like
That was
solid ass debut.
bomb song.
Yeah.
I love that
If
song.
you have like people like I'm just gonna name some names because I like certain people in this group.
Okay,
If you
same.
have like Hakeun and Bora as vocalists in your group,
amazing vocalist.
and you have someone like Jiwon as your visual in your group, and you can't make that shit work, that's a reflection of you as a company. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah. And I've been to the FNC building when I was in Korea.
Oh really?
I wanted to give a middle finger towards them because at the time, like AOA kind of fizzled out, and I was really pissed about it. So
Not again.
yeah, yeah. So that is what it is. Next one, BB Girls, previously known as Brave Girls. They ended their contract with Warner Music Korea. They joined last year, and it just didn't go well. Like we didn't hear about them like at all. And in fact, one of the members, Yoo-jung, is leaving the group, and they are going to reorganize as a 3-member girl group. And in addition, they started their own agency, BB Girls Company, following their departure from Warner Music Korea.
Whoa.
Oh. That's a little surprising.
Yeah, kind of sad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean them leaving. What are they under? Warner Music. I mean, whatever. Leave Warner Music. I don't think they're a great K-pop label. But her leaving, damn. Like it's damn. It's a whole last member.
Yeah.
She is dating an actor right now, I think.
Is she?
Oh.
Lee Gyu-han, the actor. She's dating.
I don't know if I know them.
All right, let's keep going. So last week we talked about how we thought Key was gonna leave SM. You remember we talked about
I
this?
guess not.
Literally an hour later, or like 3 hours later, it was announced that Key and Mino renewed with SM.
Oh.
Look at this date. April 9th is when we last recorded. It was like 4 hours after we finished recording.
That was like
they
when I was
announced
editing.
this.
Goddamn. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're bad. They're still there, Anita.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
to be fair though, these guys are making a lot of money for SM still, right? These
They are.
guys.
Quite
That's
active.
what it is. Next one, Lisa's Loud has signed with RCA Records for future music projects. So they think this is for the Western side of Lisa's promotions. That she's gonna go with RCA, which is a giant distributor in America. So
Yeah.
good for her.
Nice.
Next one. So Haein is out right now with a fractured foot for New Jeans.
Right.
So she's out at the moment. So right now New Jeans is 4, I think.
Yep.
I don't know. This was a long time ago. This was like literally about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the
Okay.
current situation. But we had a
Okay.
whole streak of like medical news too. Came out of nowhere.
okay.
Oh, next one. Winter and Baby Monster Rami both had like a collapsed lung.
Oh my
within like
God.
a week, like, within like 2 days of each other. Actually, the same day. Oh,
What happened?
Esper's Winter was confirmed to be recovering in the hospital after undergoing pneumothorax surgery. And if you look up pneumothorax, it's collapsed lung. So something was wrong with one of her lungs, apparently.
This is spelled Pneumothorax.
According to this news source, so she is currently recovering after the surgery, and she got it. So she completed her schedule in Japan ahead of the surgery. So this was like more of like they knew it was gonna happen, and it is said that you are hospitalized for 2 to 3 days, and then it takes a month or two to fully recover.
Wow.
So she had that,
Hope it's
right?
not too
Scary as
serious.
shit.
This one seems like it happened, but then Rami had a collapsed lung. It collapsed during the filming of Sheesh.
What?
So she stated, quote, "I started to feel a pain in one of my lungs while dancing, so I went to the hospital. Since I suddenly dropped out from the practice, I felt so sorry to the members." So,
Don't be.
Girl, your health.
You were about to die with a collapsed
Yeah.
lung.
yeah, so her lungs started hurting, and she during the music video, but apparently they filmed enough, so it was okay for the music video.
What?
So, I don't know.
God.
It's just crazy that both happened, like both news were announced the same day. That was what was kind of weird. And then the craziest one, this also happened like 5 days later. Chillin'. There's a member called
What?
Chowan. They were at a baseball game. They were throwing out the first pitch and performing. She got hit with a foul ball in the back of the head
Oh my
and
God.
got knocked out.
Oh my God.
She's apparently
lost
fine.
consciousness.
She gained consciousness. She's chilling. But like she got hit in the back of the head with a baseball at his baseball game.
That's just
Freak
unfortunate.
event. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Hope she's okay. No
yeah,
concussion
they
or
said she's
permanent
fine.
damage.
But she's also
She's
halting activities.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
I don't know, dude. Isn't this insanity? And okay,
going on?
for my morbid curiosity, I tried to find footage. There's no footage of this. Like I just
hate
wanted to
to
see
see
if there
that.
was footage, but there was not. Yeah. Okay, and finally we got a bunch of tour news.
Okay.
AT's World Tour, Anita. They're touring again. You know how they almost toured
Okay.
right before COVID
Before
started,
COVID.
and you wanted to go to Chicago, but they're not.
That feels so long ago.
I don't think they're even going to Chicago this time.
Oh
Anita.
no!
Well-
They're going to Tacoma, Oakland, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Arlington, Duluth, New York, Washington D.C., Toronto, and Rosemont. Actually, Rosemont,
Rosemont?
isn't
That's
that Chicago?
I think so.
Why'd they write Rosemont instead of Chicago? All right, whatever. New York, they're going to Citi Field. That's where the Mets play, so it's like a stadium.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oakland Arena is also huge. Yeah, these are like big events that they're going to. So, hey, if you like ATs, they're coming to you. Next one, we got On and Off. They came back from the military. They've been doing a couple songs. They're touring now. Toronto, Montreal,
Nice.
New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, and Los Angeles.
Oh wow.
They're doing those dates. Next one, we got Artemis. They're going to Seoul, Yokohama, New York, Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Houston, Dallas, Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Tacoma, Minneapolis, and Chicago. So they're hitting most of the U.S. So that's happening if you are a Loossemble fan.
Tacoma.
And then we also have Purple Kiss is having a tour. The funny thing about this Leo Presents is that they've been like trolling about where they're gonna stop.
Don't do that.
So they just said here, low-key spoiler alert, Philly is doomed on this one.
What?
So they're not going to Philly, apparently.
What the heck?
And then also here, someone posted a map as a meme saying, look, they're going where the eclipse happened, right?
eclipse.
And then Leo presented, I see 4 confirmed cities on this image.
What?
And people are also,
Why
rumor has it
trolling?
that they're not going anywhere they went last time. So if that's true, they're skipping New York and Los Angeles.
They can't.
I don't know what's going on, but this account has become unhinged. They're just dropping spoilers and shit.
I mean, I kind of like that.
Isn't this funny? They're
This
just
is
trolling.
funny as
How
shit.
do you pronounce Saskatchewan? Some people think maybe they're going to there. It's in Canada. So someone called us Leonardo Presents, and we have not been the same since.
I mean,
Interesting marketing right here.
It's pretty funny what they're doing here.
I like it when corporate Twitters are actually not stupid.
So the tour dates are coming in 2 days, so then we'll finally know where they're going. So we'll probably report back next week when they announce the dates. But yeah, that's all the news. It was kind of intense. Next week though, Jinhyuk Yugi solo debut is happening.
Right.
Zero Base 1 pre-release, Artemis pre-release, Zico, IVE, 82 Major, and 17. There's a lot there. Holy shit.
Oh wow.
17 IVE, Zico, Zero Base 1 pre-release, Jiro Yugi. These are all like the level of what we normally cover. We'll have to see what happens. We might cover more than 3. We'll have to see. But after the break, we're gonna be talking about Island 2. I'm a little surprised about the show. Did not expect some things, but we'll do that after the break. 3, 2, 1.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Irv John, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop.
Special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Nuda, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right, guys. Island 2 started. It's on Mnet, so it is essentially an Mnet competition show. This is season 2.
Oh boy.
Season 1 happened like 2 years ago, and it was when B-Lift Lab, ironically, we're talking about them again. B-Lift Lab was creating and hyping, and a lot of the people from Hype were on the show. Like Mang PD was on the show like every single week. Season 2. Okay. I was confused here. I thought that this was going to be YG Black Label, and it was going to be their trainees, and Teddy was the executive producer. It is not, by the way.
Nope.
So it is all like Wake One or independent trainees. Wake One being one of so it's Mnet's kids, more or less. It's just that Teddy's gonna produce the songs for the group.
Essentially, yeah.
In terms of other people on the show, actor Song Kang is the storyteller. He ain't even there in person. He's just saying this dramatic bullshit on the TV, whatever.
He's
good looking though.
Girls Planet, right?
Did he?
Am I remembering this correct?
I don't remember. No, he did not.
Was it not him? Never mind.
No, it was not him.
Liars.
So he's there, and then other cast members. The executive producer is Teddy, but he made 0 appearances on the first episode at all. Not even in like his normal like ski mask, whatever, you know, or not even ski mask, but he puts on like a mask, like a COVID mask, and he puts on like a beanie
Giant
or something. They're not even that. He made 0 appearances. Main producer in person is Taeyang, which is interesting.
I did see him, yeah.
And then we have music producers 24 and VVN. They're both from Black Label, I believe. So they are there. They're kind of Teddy's right and left hand. And then performance directors, Lee Jung, who is under YG, and then Monaco is there. So those are the mentors. The crazy thing is Lee Jung's only 25. It's crazy. She's
younger than me.
She does most of Blackpink's choreography. Is her.
Yep.
So there is that. In this round, all the kids came into the island. They brought back the egg. It's kind of crazy. This time they even have like a cartoon character called Nasuri. It's like a little fox. Little fox.
Kind of
AI character
Yeah.
that kind of just following the kids and talking to them, whatever. So there's that. There's 24 kids on the show. Basically, if you're a top 12 kid, you're in the island. If you're a bottom 12 kid, you're called a ground kid. You're a grounder, is what they say.
Round.
Same
And the
terminology
main
as
difference
last
is,
time.
if you're in island, you get to stay at the nice, beautiful dorm with the unlimited food and the great view, and it's fantastic. And you're in the building, it's great. If you're in ground, you wear like neutral tones, and you're in basically like a military dorm. It seems like, but
Very
they've never
drab.
actually shown us a lot of the ground dorm, so we don't have too much to go on. But you're just kind of there. You're just
The thing
training to get back into the island.
The thing is, like, I was like so confused when they first brought it up because like it made it sound like they were like getting kicked out of the show or some shit. I was like,
No,
oh
they're
man.
getting kicked out of the building, but not the show.
I was like, there's no way you guys are gonna eliminate half the fucking kids in the first episode. And I was like, oh, never mind. We have that other part of the dorm now. Okay.
So some things they did is they pre-ranked all the kids. They peer ranked each other. So that was one thing to show like relative skill level is what they did. Additionally, they broke the kids before the show into 6 performances as the evaluation. Each of the judges got a vote. There's 5 judges. If you get 3 or more, you get to join island. If you get under 3, you're instantly into ground. They ended up with more than 12. So at the end, they kind of peer voted each other. That's all that really happened, right? This episode. Let's go through the performances now, right?
Okay.
The first performance was Unforgiven by Le Seraphim. It was Minsol, Sarang, Jiwon, and Juwon. Those are the 4 kids. 2 of them made it into Island. Well, 3 of them made it into Island. 1 girl got eventually voted out, and then 1 girl was just straight into ground. Of this group, I would say the standout kid was probably Yu Sarang, right, Anita?
From Unforgiven.
She was just good. Like, she kind of
Stable.
feels like the type that's just gonna make the ending group already.
Very stable.
Yeah, very stable. She just feels like she's gonna end up in the group.
Good presence. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought Unforgiven was kind of a bad song choice. I don't think it's like the best song to evaluate talent on.
But they performed it pretty well, I would say that. Especially
That
for the
is
live
fair.
vocals.
That is fair. Overall though, in terms of all the performances, they went with a really like 0 AR, you're gonna sing live. And even when we show you singing like specific parts, we're gonna even like muddy the background sounds even more, so it's very obvious that you're singing, right? Like it was extremely raw vocals throughout the entire 6 performances. Some people were commenting, I saw even on our Discord that like, man, they kind of suck at singing, everyone, right? But I think it's more just a product of them going completely raw, even isolating the vocals and letting you listen to them. I think that's just a result of that. And if your favorite idols had to sing completely raw with isolated vocals, they might not sound that good either.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out. Let's go to the next one. We had Afterlike from IVE. You had Gyuri, Fuko, Yeon, Chaeyeon, and Jiwon. There was 2 girls in this group, Gyuri and Fuko. They were really good. Like there's no other way to put it. There was 2 girls. This Fuko girl came into the show pre-ranked as number 2. I think she's the oldest contestant. She's 19, and she was also on Girls Planet previously.
Yes,
was she?
I didn't recognize her at first.
She's really good. Like straight up, this Huko girl is.
Nice tone.
She's gonna make this group at the end.
I would be surprised if she didn't.
Yeah, she's that good. It's like extremely obvious she's gonna make this group. All right, that was it for that one. I thought this performance was pretty good, but in this one, some of the kids vocally floundered a lot. Like,
Yeah.
there's one girl, Park Ye-eun. She's like a ballerina. She got into like one of the Royal Ballet schools in Britain. And her whole thing is like she was last place in the initial evaluation. Or was this the wrong girl?
No, I think that was her.
Oh no, the girl
no?
I'm talking about. Oh, the girl I'm talking about is Chaeyeon. That's who I'm talking
Oh,
about.
Kim Cheon. Okay.
Yeah, Kim Chaeyeon. And I'm like, wow, she got into like the Royal Ballet School in Britain. She must be a fantastic dancer, right? And I'm like, if she's 24th in the initial thing, how shit is she at singing, right? That was what I was thinking. She was bad at singing, as advertised.
Oh no.
She was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And they gave her a lot of screen time. Oh, I was surprised.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like that kind of also like kind of wraps back into like how I feel about most of these performances so far. Is like a lot of them are they're very attractive,
Yeah.
choreo's on point, but like I don't
For the
know.
most time,
Like what I'm hearing is not as on par with the other two here.
Yeah, the next performance was kind of similar, where there were just some standouts. It was Sweet Venom by Enhypen. It was interesting that they chose a boy group song, and this song's extremely high as well, singing wise.
It is.
Ling Ling, Sebi, Yuna, and Sujong. Sebi and Sujong were good, like straight up. The other two are not that good. Particularly not in terms of what she provides, but this Sujong girl gave me like Soyeon vibes in terms of what like her look.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has short hair. She kind of is short as well. It's just the vibes to me. The attitude she was giving off. Like she knew she was good.
I can see that. Okay.
And then Sebi was one of the girls that the show's pushing pretty hard, and she was kind of good as advertised as well. You know.
I feel like the vocals were a little rough
Yeah.
in this whole, like in this performance, but oh yeah, I would say that those two kind of stood out.
Yeah, Sebi was pre-show ranked 8th. So there is that. All right, the next performance we had Cake from ITZY. Cake was interesting because they ended up with 3 girls getting into Island initially, right? Yukiko, Unche, and Chaesol. But at the end of the day, all 3 of them got voted out.
Oof.
And this was the group you were watching the show where when it happened, you were like, man, the judges got like a little bit generous all of a sudden. Like, because this group was the group where they were all kind of low ranked going into the performance. So you're like, I wonder what this is. This might be the dumpster fire. But it wasn't that bad. But I don't think it was good enough for 3 of them making it to Island. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that was the point here. So that happened, but none of them ended up in Thailand. They all got kicked out. So that was a thing. And then next one, we had Baggy Jeans, NCTU, Yui, Coco, and Yuju. It seems like they are setting up Yuju to be the redemption arc girl of this season. Right, Anita?
I could see that.
She was pretty heralded coming into the show, and then she did not make it into the island, and it was kind of like you let the other 2 girls in and not this girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, yeah, the reasoning I'm not sure. I think there was a point in the performance where she stopped singing. Like you can't hear her sing
she
a
was supposed
section.
to have some kind of rap line, and she only sang the second half of the line, and it was very awkward. But at the same time, performance-wise, she was no worse than the other 2 girls.
Right. I didn't think it like made the performance it broke the performance overall. No, I thought it was odd, and I was like, oh, what happened there? But the rest of it was fine. So
it just felt kind of weird considering the other 2 girls had made it, that she didn't make it, and she took it pretty hard. But the editing wise, it seemed like she's the redemption kid.
Ooh.
That's what it feels like. And then finally, we had the killer group. You know, this was supposed to be the ace team. They did aespa as drama. It was Jimin, Junghoon, Mai, and Jiyoon. It delivered, to be honest. Like, these girls were all pretty high ranked. Particularly, Chae Junghoon is the number 1 girl going into the show. She's the best kid on this show. Like, even after 1 episode, it's fairly evident that she's like top 3 kids on this show. Easily.
Her strong suit is definitely vocals, because she was pretty strong, pretty stable. Hitting the high note too was not bad. I feel like, at least in comparison with.
And then the other girl they highlighted a lot was Jimin, Bang Jimin, because she was just on Are You Next and made it to the finale, but did not make it into Island.
She was like 4th place, was it?
Or whatever. She was like right outside of not making it into Island. So that's what happened there. So they're showing her a lot because apparently, like, if you watch the show, apparently she was notable, so people know who she is.
Yeah, she was 4th place. Like, how
she was 4th, but didn't make it in. Yeah, I don't know how that worked, but she was really close, but didn't make it. But it seems like she's gonna make this group. That's what it feels like at the moment. Also, there was one girl in this group. Anita's not the biggest fan. Mai, right?
Okay.
I was.
Whoa, why are you hating?
I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I just mentioned that in comparison to some of the other members in her group and how highly ranked she is currently, I thought her vocals were lacking quite a bit. In the performance, I thought that some of the delivery, some of her tone was a little off. But I mean, not like
Anita was like
horrible.
Anita was like, Taeyang only voted for him because she looks like his wife.
I never said that. I never said that.
I said that.
Hey yo!
She kind of does though, look like Taeyang's wife. That's the funny thing. She kind of does real quick if you look real quick. But yeah, Jimin, Junghoon, and Mai though they're all extremely high ranked. I think at the end they ended up being 1, 2, and 4. So she's a visual too. You know, like I could kind of see my point there. But those three they seem to be definitely pushing for sure.
I do see the Minhyorin Mai similarity here.
Yeah, if she kind of looks like if Minhyorin and Karina fused together. That's what she kind of looks
If
like.
Minhyorin was Japanese.
Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah.
But yeah. Overall though, I mean, the show, it is what it is. It didn't feel too hyped though at any point. Like nothing disastrous happened. Like a girl was off key for a second, her voice cracked, or one girl sang kind of bad. But there was no like meme moments on this show.
That's the thing, yeah. Like
it was very serious the whole time.
I'm in it for the memes and the stupid shit.
There was nothing to meme, and I was thinking about Island 1. There wasn't too much to meme either. Like the biggest thing that happened was Kay like golding Nikki, right?
Yeah.
I think that was like the biggest event of
Yeah.
that show. So Island's just not like the show to have memes happen, you know?
I mean, at the end of the day, there's like 24 kids. They picked 24 kids that are like somewhat likely to meet the group. So,
Exactly.
like,
They're like decent kids.
that's where I'm like, okay, we're not gonna have the Chinese twins do their thing, or like we're not gonna have like, you know what I mean, like the same memes from Produce.
It kind of made me want more Produce because of the dumpster fire. Like boys playing a girls playing a Produce. I don't want one, honestly.
Dude, like there's not been a moment in Korean reality TV, especially with K-pop debut shows, that has been funnier than Hellbaya. It's just
True.
yeah.
True. But yeah, Island 2, I'm gonna keep watching. It's not that long of a show. It's very well produced.
Yeah.
They threw a lot of money at this. Teddy gotta
That's
show his
okay.
freaking face at some point, please. Like,
Does he exist?
I don't know.
Is he like maybe like a Vocaloid? Like, is he like?
Like, he's good looking too. I don't know why he's so afraid to
He's
show
a
his
good
face.
looking dude. Yeah, of
He's
course.
a good looking dude.
Yeah.
He also dated Han Ye-sul, right?
At some point, yeah.
For a long
Oh, wow.
time. Yeah.
Is he married now? I don't think he is actually.
No, I don't think so.
I understand
Shall
like
wait
he
for
wants
his
to be away
appearance.
from the public spotlight, but like, I mean, then don't show up on the show.
Yeah. It is what it is. I will keep watching. That's kind of our summary. My favorite kids right now
So far,
are
Was-
Junghoon and Huka. Oh, Huko
Hookah.
Uko.
and Junghoon. But they're like, it's easy picks because they're both really good.
Hookah was good.
Yep. I'm
Uh,
waiting to see some more, but
I kind of just picked the two kids who are most likely to make this group, to be honest.
Yeah.
But-
Safe picks.
Mainstream.
I picked the
Safe
safe. Yeah, I picked the mainstream picks. But hopefully someone memes it up and just like memes their way into all of our hearts. Right?
I
That's
need-
what I'm hoping for.
I need somebody to do something stupid. That's what I'm there for, and I'll start voting.
But next week, I think they're performing a song, and because Junghoon got first place, she's gonna assign the parts and the distribution.
Okay.
And apparently, it's gonna be a dumpster fire, and she's like crying in the preview, so we'll have to see what happens there. All right. This ends Soju Talk episode 278. We'll probably have some updates about the entire situation with Hybe and Adore next week. But until then, we'll see you guys, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.